Feedback. Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton.
And I am Thabiti Mpinga.
Inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback,
A positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback. 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 Take us along with you. Happy Monday to everybody. And thank you so much for tuning in to Feedback, our positive image production by Hood Research. And we want you to know that we really appreciate you. And my co-host and I just want to give a shout out to those of you who are tuned in and all of the people that we have been meeting in our community. I'd like to say happy Monday to Anita. Happy Monday to Calvin Ferguson. Happy Monday to Carl Williams. Happy Monday to Ron Mitchell. Happy Monday to Sister Fedora, to Jackie White. And happy Monday to Mercedes. And the Beatty?
Yes, we want to thank you for joining us. Happy Monday. My shout outs are for everyone who attended the Kwanzaa meeting at the People's Co-op with us this past Wednesday. And hopefully we can embrace some of those principles. So Brother Kari Frazier, Sly Soul, Sly Gold, Lokeem, Sister Vera, Sister Katrina. So many of you attended, Brother Anthony Brogdon. Shout outs also to Professor Griggs. And as I always say, have pen and paper handy. And you'll be able to put down information that will be of benefit to you.
Absolutely. And you know, for anyone who is thinking about driving east on Davison, think again, because that throughway is all plugged up. We believe there's a serious accident, and tow trucks, police cars, and it would be to your advantage to find another route to wherever you're going. You know, the past Wednesday, the Beatty was, it was just so inspiring to have the room with standing room only, and we were at the Detroit People's Co-op on Woodward and Euclid, and everyone came out, and I was concerned at first because it was, what was it, sleet outside, a little snow rain mess. And I said, oh my goodness, people may decide not to come because of that. But then, you know, we're used to messy weather around here this time of year, cold and the snowy and all, and yet we had standing room only. It was wonderful. And after the program was over, there were attendees who came up to me and talked about how much they had enjoyed themselves and were happy that they came. And for the next few days, I was getting phone calls from attendees of the event who said they thought it was wonderful. And I was so pleased that they enjoyed themselves, you know. So,
And let me just suggest to you all who haven't been there, of course the Kwanzaa celebration is over, but downstairs was the market itself. Excellent market. I loaded my bags up, I'll tell you that. So excellent market.
oh yeah, very clean, very well run, very
Professional.
organized. Oh yes. Oh, and a deli. We didn't know they had a deli. At least I didn't know they had a deli. So that's somewhere you can stop now and get hot food, hot sandwiches, hot soup, and all the items that they will have in the deli. People did not know that. The address is 8324 Woodward Avenue, 8324 Woodward Avenue, right on the corner of Euclid. right on the corner of Euclid. Ample parking.
Indeed.
Oh man, but it was just so nice. So we intend to be stopping in for some deli purchases now that we know they have a deli as well. Really good to find that out. You know, people are talking about New Year's resolutions, whether they keep them or not. They're making New Year's resolutions, and that's good. But there's something that I want folks to think about. You know, there are Christians, and Christians believe in the Ten Commandments. Christians believe in the Ten Commandments. But for those who are not Christian, you may think about Kwanzaa. The Ten Commandments are principles to live by. The 7 days of Kwanzaa, from December 26th through January the 1st, are 7 days of principles as well. 7 days of principles as well. Principles that are to be lived by. There are some who say they've never been to a Kwanzaa celebration. But it's time for you to think about going to a Kwanzaa celebration. It belongs to black culture. It belongs to the black culture. It was created by Maulana Karenga, a man who teaches at one of the universities in Southern California. And I think that we need to learn about Kwanzaa. If you don't know about Kwanzaa, learn about Kwanzaa. Principles to live by. Excuse me. Yes.
And I just want to, since Theo is bringing this to your attention, because I'm thinking since Kwanzaa's 7 days,
Yes.
then we should, that means one day out of every week, we can celebrate each one of the principles. And I just wanted to say quickly that the principles of Kwanzaa are Kuji Chagalia, which is self-determination, Ujamaa, which is cooperative economics, Kaumba, which is creativity, Umoja, which is unity, Ujima, which is collective work and responsibility, Nia, which is purpose, and Imani, which is faith.
Yes.
And that's something that any culture, it's ours, but any culture can practice that,
Right.
and it's to benefit of all. So I just wanted to share that with them, Theo, because this will bring you closer to an understanding of what Kwanzaa is. They say the 7 principles in Guzo Saba, which is something that we as a people should celebrate. But again, we take it to the next level. Let's make it a part of our daily life, just like Black History Month. We don't wait till February. We're celebrating right now.
That's right. That's right. And you know, for those who are Christian, it still should be learned by those who are Christian. It still is created by the 7 principles that are included there, and something we need to learn, and particularly unity, particularly that one.
And it doesn't affect your religion to participate in Kwanzaa because it's a cultural thing. So it's not going against any of the things that you believe religiously, regardless of what your religion is, Islam, Christianity, Judaism, etc. It's
Right.
cultural and it's principles. So therefore, we feel
Absolutely.
like it's open for all, and we should embrace it.
Absolutely. I will say amen to that. And the last day of Kwanzaa
Sit next to you.
is on New Year's Day. And people say, New Year's Day? Yes, on New Year's Day. Because everybody is not going to be nursing a hangover on New Year's Day. And everybody's not going to be watching football on New Year's Day. So, and we had standing room only. How about that? Anyway, we have a guest with us this morning who has just eased on down the road. Who's that?
Yes, we'd like to bring to you one of our favorite guests, and with a lot of knowledge. This is why that pen and paper comes in handy. So now I introduce to you Sister Tahira Ahmed.
And thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for allowing me to join you.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
an honor to be here.
Well,
Both
thank
of
you.
you are our biggest heroes here, Highland Park and Detroit, and the globe. Over
Oh, shucks now. and you know, Hood Research has members in other states too.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Yes, California, Georgia, Alabama, Florida.
Wow.
Hey,
Sound like the
Moving on
UNIA.
yeah. Tell us what important information you want to share with us this morning.
Well, today I'm representing the, the Coalition for Property Tax Justice.
Okay.
And we got some good news for everybody. Y'all
Uh-oh.
want some money?
Oh.
Y'all want some money?
Money,
I come to
honey.
bring you good news about getting some money.
Oh, yes. Have your pen and paper handy.
You ain't kidding.
Okay.
You want to call for the Coalition for Property Tax Justice. I'm going to repeat this again later on.
Go ahead.
But the number is 313-438-8698. 313-438-8698. And what we're doing there, we're appealing your property taxes. In Detroit, we were illegally overtaxed $600 million
Oh, yes.
plus almost $1 billion.
Ooh.
Probably is $1 billion by now. And they're still overtaxing us, by the way, the city of Detroit. What happens is we were illegally overtaxed, and this is an extortion deal called, and that helps with the whole plan called Negro removal. And it's been happening, as you know, all through our history. We can have reparations. We won't even need it if you stop illegally overtaxing us or taking money from us. So what's happened here is the city of Detroit illegally overtaxed the lowest value homes, like $35,000 and under. 72% of those homes have been illegally overtaxed. And what happens is you get overtaxed, and mom and them have our generational homes. We get overtaxed, and we struggling and scraping. Now I crochet because I make crowns, not hats, but crowns. I crown kings and queens. But I crochet to make enough money to pay this illegal property overtaxation. So when the city overtax you and you can't pay that city overtax, they tack on interest and penalties. So not only are they illegally overtaxing you, they're illegally adding on more illegal charges.
Tax. Oh.
Interest and penalties. So when you can't pay those extortion fees, it goes over to the county. Wayne County Treasurer, Eric Sabri and them. And then they tack on another
Oh, boy.
interest and penalties. So it's illegal. And then they illegally put more on you. So what has happened is the county has foreclosed on those homes. And the people whose homes have been foreclosed and they lost their homes, say like if you owe $2,000 in taxes, then they foreclose your house, sell your house, say for $40,000, and the county has put that money in their pockets. So now what happened is the Supreme Court in Michigan has decided that that's illegal. We already know that. But to keep those profits, Wayne County cannot, and no county can do that. So they made a ruling. That means, and that's why I'm here, because I want to make sure everybody get your money. If your home was foreclosed,
Yes.
and the county sold it, you only owed, so they say, $2,000 of illegal taxes. County sold your home for $30,000. Well, you get $28,000. So we need you to call that number so we can appeal for you, and you can get your thousands. You may not
So-
get whatever you get, more some money is better than no money, right?
Right, absolutely.
So you want to call 313-438-8698. That's 313-438-8698. We want our people to get our money.
Absolutely. Well, I am very happy that you have shared this morning. The only thing I have to say is, you you said we won't need reparations. It's not about needing reparations. It's about paying us for what our ancestors worked for free.
Yes, I agree.
They owe us.
Yes, ma'am. I'm for reparations, but I'm saying if we,
I got
if we weren't ripped off, we wouldn't be talking about reparations. Reparations is a debt owed.
Yes.
They owe us that money.
They're right. Just
They
like-
owe us this money, but
Right.
they keep doing us. You know what I mean?
Yes. Oh, definitely. Is the city acknowledging any of this, or the county acknowledging any of this yet?
Yes, extortionist Mike Duggan has said that he overtaxed us during the years 2000. Well, after he was made mayor, he was installed as mayor. The other people in city government were overtaxing us, so they're saying 2009 up until present. Okay, so they've been overtaxing us illegally all along. Now, the state of Michigan, this is in violation of the state of Michigan. Okay, so they've been knowing about this all along. They've acknowledged it.
Okay, so now, if there are people from, you said 2009?
Yes,
Okay, somebody from 2011.
yes.
If that has happened to them, it is not too late to put in your claim for whatever the amount is, correct?
Correct.
Okay, now, what is the step they take? They call this phone number.
Yes.
But how do they know or find out that their property was sold for more than was owed to the city and the county?
Well, they need to call that number, and what we'll do is the Coalition for Property Tax Justice will check into everything for you,
Ah, okay.
and we will let you know. We have coffee and stories every first Saturday of every month. And we had people there who came, and as we were concluding the meeting,
Yes.
they went to another room where we looked them up. There
Okay.
were several people who had money, thousands coming to them. Now there's a deadline. They always give us a deadline, right?
Oh, yes,
Because they
a
know
deadline.
we don't own the media, and the mainstream media. We don't own them, and they're part of the conspiracy, in my humble opinion, because they should be doing public service announcements.
Right.
You know, they do that all the time on
Right.
FanDuel, all that madness with the let's gamble, all that stuff. You know, you can't turn on YouTube without a advertisement for the gambling thing or for other things, but you don't see Eric Sabri and Mike Duggan on every channel, on the airwaves, on every radio station, doing public service announcements or having a town hall to tell people, look, go get your money. We'll help you. They don't want you to get this money. So we are, as an activist group, we are stepping in to do this for everyone. We helped appeal your taxes for free. So that you are not tasked with trying to figure all this out. We have elders who are not online. They don't go online because they don't understand the computer and all that stuff.
Wait, stop. There are areas inside this city where you cannot go online because you cannot get a what is it?
Internet?
The signal. You're right. Right. You can't get on. No. I know right now of an area going towards 8 Mile where you cannot log on, cannot get your what is it? YouTube or any of that. So of course they need this phone number. What is the number
The
again?
number is 313-438-8698.
Again.
313-438-8698.
All right.
And you want to also go online. Or you can go if you are
can.
able to.
Yeah.
Go to the Facebook page for the Coalition for Property Tax Justice, and then we have also a. See, I had to turn my phone off, so I didn't want it to ring while I was waiting. But anyway, you www.illegal. Wait a minute, I'll tell you the other one. But here's the code. If you all can scan that from here, can you scan
Can
it?
you see it?
Okay. Can you see it?
Can you say it?
Okay.
In case
This
they
is
can't
bit//CPTJ tax TAX, or you can scan the code. But
Okay.
there's a Coalition for Property Tax Justice. We are online, and I'm going to give you that in a minute or so.
Mm-hmm.
But what is happening is we can thank Eric Sabri. We definitely should thank Angela Whitfield Calloway for when she brought this up in City Council. She said, "Hey, wait a minute! There are people getting their money back." And I hate to say it, but Mr. Durhall said, "Oh no, that's not gonna help. That's not gonna work for Wayne County." She said, "Yes, it is. If everybody else can get it, Wayne County, Detroit can get it." No, they can't. So she took it upon herself to contact Eric Sabri, and he worked with her and everyone to get this out. But you got March 31st is the deadline.
Okay.
So we're going door to door. We want everyone that's in earshot of this program and this statement here that we're making. Get to your friends, your family, your mom, your dad, your anybody, auntie and them, even your enemies.
Auntie and
yes.
them.
Oh, and one thing I want to say, for those of you who did not have pen and paper handy, we're getting ready to go to our bottom of the hour break. So now's the time to get that pen and paper handy, because even if you don't need it, someone who you know, neighbor, friend, family member, whomever, may need it. So as we get ready to go on this break, go get that pen and paper while you're getting your coffee.
That's right.
That's because
Call somebody.
Thousands
You're
of
right.
homes have been illegally foreclosed.
We'll be back momentarily.
I'm James Ford, founder of the Obama Weekend, and a partner of the Hood Research Team, composed of the knowledgeable Theo Broden, the super analyst Henry, and the colorful Al Martin. This team discusses politics, seen and not seen, at the national, state, and local level. But to enhance the goals of this team, join or donate to Hood Research by visiting Twitter or Facebook, or visit hoodresearch.org, or call 248-234-2371. You can also join Hood Research on Phonecast every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time by calling 978-990-5000. Access code 338729. Thank you very much.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat. seconds. You gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist a little turn. Ta-da! It's showtime. It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome my first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Warmer.
Wally Warmer here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the
chew
that's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the germs. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinga,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback. And we are back. Thank you for staying tuned to Feedback. And we're here with our guest this morning, Tahira Ahmed. And she is bringing good news for the good new year. And for those of you who may find that you don't need it personally, take the information and share it throughout your household, throughout your community, with your friends to let them know what is available and what they can take advantage of.
Yes, and call us at that number. We'll come to your community organizations. We'll speak before them, your block clubs. If you have, remember when Mike Duggan said he had them house parties? Throw a house party.
Yes, I know that's
And have us
right.
come
To
by.
let everyone know. Now, tell me this. You mentioned something earlier about cookies and stories, or
Oh, Coffee and
something
Stories with the Coalition for Property Tax Justice.
Okay.
We have it
Say-
every first Saturday. every
Okay,
month.
say that again. The first Saturday of the month, and
Yes.
it's called
Coffee and Stories.
Coffee and Stories. The first Saturday of every month,
Right, for the
with the Coalition
for Property Tax Justice.
for Property Tax Justice.
Yes.
Now, do you have it at the same location? Do you move around? Do you what and what time?
Most times we are at 4401 Connors, and that's at 10:30 every first Saturday.
Okay, 10:30 a.m.
A.M. Sorry.
4401 Connors. What is
Right.
4401 Connors?
It's a Mac. It's a grassroots development organization. Over there, they do everything, and now this for community organizations for community members rather.
Okay.
They you can sign up and get food, free food there, and I think this past Saturday we was at Mac Development, which was on Mac. It was on Mac because they had some other things happening there. So sometimes it moves around, but most often we're at 4401 Connors.
Okay. 4401 Connors. And Connor is the street on which the city airport is on. That's now called Coleman Young Coleman Young International Airport, right?
Yes.
It's on Connor. And also, what's 5500 Connor?
That's the Samaritan, I believe.
You're near the Samaritan
Yes.
Center?
Yes, we near we down from the Samaritan Center.
Okay.
Connor.
So if a person is driving east on I-94 freeway, they exit on Connor. Now, do they curve right or do they curve left?
You're going to be curving right, so you can go. You're going to go past Chandler Park.
You'll be going past Wayne County Community College.
Yep, you
if
pass
curve
Wayne
right.
County Community College.
Okay. And you'll pass the Samaritan Center?
Yes,
Okay.
I
All
think that's
right.
Warren right there. Connor and Warren. I think that's what. See, I'm the West Sider. I don't know much
Okay.
about the
Well,
East Side.
see, I just want to give people some landmarks to
ideas.
look forward to, and know that if they're going east on I-94, Connor is an exit.
Yes.
And so when you exit on Connor, you can either bear left or you
Right.
can bear right.
You're going to
So-
bear right.
Okay, so we want to bear right, past Wayne County Community College, past the Samaritan Center.
Right down the street from Foreman Mills. Foreman
Oh,
Mills right there.
okay.
That shopping center over
Didn't
there.
know about Foreman Mills. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so they
That little shopping center over
Oh,
there.
okay, so
by
now they-
Warren and Connor.
Right.
okay, so they have some landmarks to
Yes.
look for, some big landmarks to look for.
That is big too.
Gee,
That whole shopping area. And you know, sometimes we'll pass out flyers in that parking lot. We've gotten a lot of people who don't know about this. That's why it's so important that if you're a city council member, if you're supposed to be tasked with helping your community, get on this. March 31st. We're what? A few weeks, 4 weeks, 8 weeks away.
The month of February, the month of March. That's 2 months. And where are we now? This is the 6th, so 6 from 31.
3 weeks in
is
this month
25.
left.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so now you need to be getting on this with your people. Okay, aren't you running for re-election this year? I think they're supposed to be running for re-election for city council. So this is a good reason for you to get out there and let people know you're doing something for them. Here's the website you need to go on.
Okay, for those who are on cable and our websites, go ahead.
Okay, www.illegal, ILLEGAL, foreclosure. That's all one word. CLOSURES, foreclosures.org.
Okay, and they go online to illegal foreclosures.
Yes, .org.
.org, okay. Illegal foreclosures.org.
And then you can fill out the information on there. It'll walk you through it. So you can go online. If you can go online, you can go online and start the process yourself. But there has been 100,000
Oh, goodness.
illegal foreclosures. 100,000 homes. Detroit used to be the largest black home ownership in the United States. As a result of these illegal foreclosures and illegal overtaxation, Detroit is now the largest black renter city in the United States. This is a crime.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's been on purpose.
I agree.
Gentrification, racism. Dr. Bernadette Tuahene, who is our fearless leader professor, and she wrote a book called "Plundered: How Racist Policies Undermine Black Home Ownership in America." Her book is coming out. It's come out now. And when Professor Bernadette Tuahene, you had her on your show, and thank you.
Yes. We're
when
looking for her
Professor-
to come again.
Yeah,
as
I'm
well. Mm-hmm.
gonna let her know.
Right.
The invitation is open.
Oh, definitely.
She's
She
so
can talk
busy,
more
though,
about
you
the-
know.
but she needs to talk more about her book as well.
Yeah.
So that people can take advantage of that.
So
too.
when Professor Bernadette Tuahene moved to Detroit, she planned to study the city's squatting phenomenon. And what she accidentally found was too urgent to ignore. Her neighbors, many of whom had owned their homes for decades, were losing them to property tax foreclosure, leaving once bustling black neighborhoods blighted with vacant homes. Now, we all remember what happened with the Gilbert phenomenon and the mortgage crisis here in Detroit. See, this has been a progression of things. Now, if they foreclosed on your home, the mortgage company, instead of boarding it, and they should have let you stay there actually, but instead they kicked the people out, left the houses wide open. Folks moved in. I mean,
Squatters moved in.
came from whoever was owning it, the suburbs and people left it wide open, you know, because they were getting the insurance from it, and it got vandalized and blighted. That made our neighborhoods look like they are now, right? And so so progressing to today, what we see, you know, people hailed Mr. Duggan as this great white father that made Detroit better. Detroit was fantastic before all these people used this racism to blight our neighborhoods. Because I remember when there were kids running up and down the street playing, going to school back and forth. There's a bustling. Mayor Coleman Young, the Honorable Mayor Coleman A. Young, he is our hero. He stopped stress. He created a community finally of black people, and they discriminated against Detroit because we had a black mayor. They wouldn't invest. Folks, you talking about how great Mr. Duggan is. He is, because he's white, then the investors came in. But you have a black mayor and the investors left. They pulled all their money out of Detroit. Mayor Young accomplished the almost impossible, made Detroit bustling. Then we got this illegal, what they call it, the bankruptcy. This, we were not, as Reverend Dr. Joanne Watson let us know, we were never bankrupt. The state owed us millions.
And still owe us.
And still owe us millions in revenue sharing dollars. And they did that on purpose. And then they had this nut come in here. Well, you know, we had Engler, who was the head of this illegal bankruptcy, and they stole our assets. They stole the water. Remember, Honorable Coleman Young said, "Don't let them get there after the water."
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah. And Engler also worked on destroying the school system too.
Oh, destroyed our school system because Detroit had $1.5 billion, excuse me, that we gave to our schools, and they wanted that money,
right?
And they got it.
Right.
They stole it. And one thing I'm kind of upset about, excuse me, here we got these Negroes that can't, you know. The archers, the Dennis Archers and others, Boulay. These people purposely ran the black people into this fake bankruptcy to steal our money. Jones Day, all of those people. This is a conspiracy and the reason why it was important for them to destroy black Detroit is because we're across the street from another country, and we have black power, our voting power, the churches. This has been a grand plan. Let's destroy the churches because that's how they got their voting power. Let's destroy their houses and their schools because that's how they keep this black voting power to keep mayor in for all these decades. Let me just destroy it. So they installed, because we didn't vote for Mike Duggan, in my opinion, okay? And I can back it up. But we didn't vote for him. Now, Mike Duggan is the man who was the Wayne County prosecutor in the Malice Green murder. That was the first George Floyd event that we had, and it was in Detroit. And Malice Green, if you all can look it up, he was a young brother who was beat to death by two crooked cops called, their nicknames was Starsky and Hutch. But they beat his brains out.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Mr. Duggan, Wayne
Bussin'
County
and Nevers.
prosecutor. Pardon me.
Bussin' and Nevers. That was
Bussin'
their
and Nevers.
names.
Right.
Yeah, and they got convicted through our courts, the ones that black people own, Recorder's Court.
Yeah.
And they had to destroy that too. You see,
Yeah.
everything that they saw that we had power in, they attacked. Let me get all their assets. They took Belle Isle, they took Cobo Hall, they took the water company, they took the schools. See, this is
Cultural
organized.
Center.
Yeah, Cobo. They took the waterfront. Okay, Michael Jackson and Don Barton, who's a black cable owner here in Detroit, proposed that they would take the riverfront and turn it into an amusement park. Who stopped them? Dennis Archer, the Boule man.
Well, you don't want to interfere with what's going on in Sandusky, Ohio, right?
Oh, well.
And see, that would have been competition. And then the folk in Detroit would not have to go to Sandusky, Ohio anymore. They could go right here.
Right.
So they had to protect Sandusky, Ohio.
that
You know,
what
the
it
thing that was interesting to me was how Adam Manny, who was the president of Wayne State University, they say he retired. And all of a sudden, he was given an offer to become the superintendent of a K through 12
Yep.
from a university to a K through 12.
The conspiracy.
Hey,
It thickens.
continues. Right.
And let's just be very clear that when we start connecting the dots, it's not beyond belief to understand that not only here in Detroit, but maybe Detroit was the template for what they've done around the nation as well. Because any large black homogeneous community that were asserting their powers at this time had to be taken down a notch. This has happened. We look at Mayor Hatcher in Gary, Indiana. I mean, we look all over Maynard Ferguson in Atlanta. Although I have to say that at least with Atlanta, they were able to do things that we should be doing here in Detroit now, because he was able to get black contractor to do the Atlanta airport. But again, Maynard Jackson, forgive me, I'm thinking about the musician. But just the same, we have what we have now, and what we need to correct is that we've got to get people on board. When we spoke about Kwanzaa earlier, we talk about unity, which is one of the principles of Kwanzaa. And until we can do that and understand how the media is purposely keeping us ignorant, and not only that, now we understand that this incoming president wants to keep TikTok because it helped him win the election, as he says. But we have to understand that they are working for their purposes, and we have to work for ours. And the last thing I'll say is, when I was a student at University of Detroit, Carl Levin, who was a senator, he was a city councilman at the time, but he became a senator. One of the things that I learned in his class, which was called urban planning, is that they look way into the future. They look decades into the future, what they're doing. We just looking at today, and maybe we get a glimpse of tomorrow. So we've got to get out of that behavior and mindset, because these people are planning for generations. We planning just for the moment. That's not going to work.
Absolutely.
Agree.
That is important to know, that we've got to plan. See, let's look at the only problem that we have now is that we don't know our history because they stole our history. History is a footprint. Once you got the footprint, you can tell what direction you going in or where you came from, so you can go forward into tomorrow. See, so they took our memory, which is our history, took our memory, and so they can keep doing the same thing to us, and we won't have a clue. We have got to take our education into our own hands. We cannot expect our enemy to teach us how to survive his tactics.
Well, that is true. My Saturday co-host, Al Martin, said a way to destroy a people is to deprive them of their history, knowing who they are, where they've been, what they have to be proud of. And if they continue to destroy that, like they seem to be trying now, in Florida, laws have come up, books have been thrown out of their libraries, and in some of the other states, they're attempting to do the same thing. And it's just interesting that there's not as much pushback as we would like to see.
Well, that's because we don't know the importance. See, when you erase the person's memory, they don't even have a clue as to how important it is that their memory was erased. It's called brainwashing. And I was fortunate to be able to help spearhead African-centered education in Detroit Public Schools. And Brother Thabiti and I, we were on our public school radio station, was 90.9. They done stole that now. They always steal stuff from us. They can't never be original. And they need to pull themselves up by their bootstraps. Stop stealing our stuff. If we so poor and pitiful, why are you stealing things from
us?
Why don't you come up with your own thing? But anyway, with 90.9 FM, it was the Detroit Public Schools radio station. They stole that too with the bankrupts. Adam Manning.
That's right.
And here it is, these universities, Wayne State University. Why you gotta steal from Detroit Public School students? You should be trying to get them in college. Not using your college to steal from them. They're K through 12. What is the deal? Because it's a conspiracy. And if you get a good book by Dr. Frances Cress Welsing called The ISIS Papers, you will understand why this is happening to us. Because we are a threat to white supremacy. And they are on point with what they're doing. We got to be on point. It's not no woe is me, none of that stuff. It's let's get busy.
Let's remember what our ancestors did, because when you think about, okay, coming here to a foreign culture with foreign practices, religion, and all the other things that come with a culture, and then we're deposited here. We have no clue, as we say, the footprint of what we left thousands of years in Africa, the motherland. So when we got here, they made it a point, just as we all know, even teaching us to read was against the law. And if a Caucasian taught you how to read, they got reprimanded if they didn't get killed. Yeah, they weren't playing around. They were about the survival of their people. Now, what are we going to do about the survival of our people? The first thing is knowledge. Knowledge is the greatest power we can have, but knowledge must be aligned with action, because just to know something is not enough. You have to know and then do. You can know how to fix the light in your house, but if you don't do it, then the knowledge does you no good if you don't put it into action.
Right, the light goes out.
And you're in the dark, which is where we're at right now.
We are in the dark, but that's temporary, because we are the greatest people on the planet. That's why they come against us. And when we created African-centered education and coupled it with our Detroit Public Schools radio station, as Brother Thabiti knows and did with us, we all, we would, on my program, which was called The African World View, with Brother Mzee Nabawi, and I partnered with Brother Bonachi Montgomery, who is doing Medu Neter, which is the hieroglyphics, erroneously called hieroglyphics by the Greeks, but it's called Medu Neter. We named our own thing. Kemet, which is erroneously called Egypt, by the Greeks. See, why they always come and try to change our names? The original name. And the reason why it's important to know our history and know that we are the builders of civilization, because in Kemet, that was the cradle of civilization. And we taught the world, not just our own people, because we did teach our own people, of course. We educated ourselves, but everybody from around the world, all cultures, even the barbarians, European barbarians, came into Kemet, Egypt, to learn philosophy. That's where Greek philosophy came from. They stole the books from the Library of Alexandria. And put their names on our scientific books, known as papyruses. They put their names on our mathematics. You can't build a pyramid without the Pythagorean theorem or without math. How you gonna give the Arabs the mathematics, the beginning of the teaching of mathematics? Mm-hmm. They ain't build no pyramids.
And as the sister's saying, not only Pythagoras but Hippocrates, Plato, Socrates, Aristotle, all of them came and studied at the foot of Egyptian priests. As she said, we say Egyptian now because it's become popular, but of course it was Kemet then. And there's a few other names, Tamari and a few other names, but those were names that we had. They had problems pronouncing them. They still have problems with language.
Good.
Yeah.
But Kemet is important. It means the black stone. See, they want to turn Kemet into, they said white people did this, or maybe the aliens. Where are these aliens?
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
But
Yes.
see, by knowing our history and our language, they can't lie to us and tell us that, oh no, white people. No, because the word means black. Kemet.
Right.
Kemet means black. So now you can't lie. And then you need to go to Kemet and look at the 60-foot long statues that our ancestors carved with them big, thick lips and all that nose. You know, Alexander the Macedonian, we'll call him Alexander the Great. He was the Macedonian. He took cannonballs and they blew the noses off so that we wouldn't know, the world wouldn't know that these are black people who gave the world civilization. And we were doing surgeries in the dark before Europeans. Okay, so go to Kemet so you can see for yourself. They can't lie to you because there's brown paint on the people's face, still brown. Glitton ain't got nothing on black people.
And I have to say this too, that had they been anything other than black, because you can see their robes were white as well. So had they been anything other than black, then they could have made the faces the same color too. They had all the color spectrum. Now we're at the top of the hour. Here we go. Just like that.
Things are moving. I want you to refresh your orange juice, coffee, call somebody, and we will be back momentarily for some special treat.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
Everybody settle, Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In a few seconds, there gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist a little turn, ta-da! It's showtime. It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome my first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Wallman.
Wally Woodland here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, Don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the
Chew!
that's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the germs. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
WGPR Detroit HD2.
You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinga,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback. That you can take us along with you. And the numbers here are 868-4336, 868-4336, or 868-0351. You can join us this morning. And you know, Tahira Ahmed is still with us. And we've been talking about Africa, which is the new name for Kemet. But I have with me my Saturday co-host, Al Martin. And it is because of all of this inspiration that we've been getting about the African continent. There's also a language called Swahili. And I just want the BD to know and all of you to know that we are celebrating his birthday. And the song in Swahili goes, Furaha kuzaliwa to you. We love you so much. We love you, we do. Furaha kuzaliwa to you. We love you so much. We love you, we do. Furaha kuzaliwa from the nation to you. All our ancestors send their blessings to you. The seasons are changing for you and for me as we struggle to be strong, African free. Furaha kuzaliwa to you. We love you so much. We love you, we do. Furaha kuzaliwa to you. Thabiti, we love you so much. We love you. We do.
Thank you, and the love is mutual.
And we wish you a happy birthday.
I can't do the melodic tones. All I can do is say, happy birthday, brother.
Appreciate you, good brother.
That's why I'm here.
Yes.
All right. Yes, well, we wanted you to know that we appreciate you. And, maybe that's the cake. Somebody's supposed to be bringing us a cake for you to celebrate. The cake is late, but what can I tell you? You know, maybe that's what's at the door. But anyway, there's just so many things, you know, that are happening around. Is there anything that you want to share with us, Sam?
Well, Theo, I just want to go back to the previous discussion, because having that bit of history is extremely important for us as a people to recognize the impact that we have had on the world. And we want to take pride in those accomplishments because they are monumental. Additionally, when you bring it home to Detroit, everything that was discussed earlier is a clear indication of why we as Detroiters must come together, must let everyone know that we are becoming politically active in our city, and we are going to make sure that we have public policy, political direction that considers the long-term best interests of the citizens of our city.
And you know, I'm glad to hear that, and you know, our people need to understand that they have power in their hands.
Absolutely.
They have power in their hands. They just need to use it. And the first election for this year is going to be February the 22nd. February the 22nd. And that's regarding the state Democratic Party. For the state of Michigan, if you are a precinct delegate, you are already a member of the state Democratic Party. If not, you can become a member of the state Democratic Party. Correct. And my understanding is either $10 or it is nothing. So you need to know that. And in the meantime, you have to want to participate in what's going on in our community. And this phone is interfering. I'm trying to.
And one of the things that, you know, it's always important for us to be mindful of is the power of the vote. Now, when we look at what happened in this past election in November, how there were issues with certain voting precincts and such, and how the propaganda was just widespread in terms of defaming the people who were in the Democratic Party. So I just want to say that we have to, and I always make this point, and I hope that you can gain something from it. Okay, the voting is generally once or twice a year. Sometimes it's every other year. When you look at the time it takes, let's say an hour, so there's over 8,000 hours in a year. All you have to do is take 8,760 some hours in a year. All we want you to do is take one of those hours to commit yourself. That still leaves you with over 8,700 hours to do whatever else you want to do with your time. Take that 1 hour, that one day. You can get absentee ballots. We're very familiar with that now. You can request to have permanent absentee ballots mailed to your house. You don't even have to leave the house. But what you do have to do is be informed. You have to be knowledgeable of what's going on in order to be able to make the proper decision. But we're looking at one grain of sand on the beach, and all the rest of the sand is all the other free time you have. Let us not take for granted or take lightly the power of our vote. We exercised it before, particularly in the 50s and 60s, which is why we got a lot of civil rights legislation passed. What has happened since then? Not much of anything.
Yeah.
You know, what we want to look at, we just heard an extremely important report concerning property taxes and property tax justice. And what we have to do is recognize that the Coalition for Property Tax Justice has done considerable work to bring about a change in the flawed way that property taxes were being assessed and people were losing their homes. And what we have to do, let's pull together the Hood Research Organizations, the Coalition of Property Tax, the grassroots organizations. There's another organization called Detroiters for Tax Justice, working very closely with the Coalition for Property Tax Justice. We need to pull our grassroots organizations together into a coalesced unit And let's make sure, with all of that combined information and with the combined effort, let's make sure that the political power structure understands that we are going to hold them accountable and they are going to have to deal with us objectively and in a manner whereby justice is prevalent for all. We can do it as a people. It's a matter of us recognizing that we have been taken advantage of, and we are no longer going to put up with it.
And to the brother's point, one of the things I want to make it clear is that you can still head your organization. You can still have your leadership within that organization. But there is something that's necessary for all organizations that works to the benefit of all organizations to get together. So no one's trying to take over or outshine you. This is a collective group that we need. Just like when we had, and I don't know that they all work together, but I believe some like CORE, the SCLC, Urban League and such, when they met in the 60s, they all came to Washington together. Even though they had their independent organizations, they understood the necessity for unity, because each one of those organizations, we can look at you churches the same way too. Of course, you can practice what you want, but there's something that your congregation needs as a group. And then when you approach them as a group, you get respected as a group. But if you approach them as an individual, then they just kind of, you're basically non-existent. We have to assert power through numbers.
Thabiti, there's an old adage that a house divided cannot stand. That adage also applies to a people. A people divided cannot be sustained. We want to make sure that we as a people are united, and even though we might come at it from different angles, the goal of justice is there for all. So let's come at it from different angles, but let's make sure that we are together and united behind the common goal of an improvement in the quality of life of the people of our city.
You know, it's interesting. I just read something recently, and this is another reason why we should read and have libraries in our home. I didn't know at the time, you know, there's so much to learn, but Martin Luther King had wrote a letter to Malcolm X's widow, Betty. Well, she was his wife at the time, but he wrote a letter to her, said that even though your husband and I did not see the same approach to the problem, he said, I loved and respected that man for what he brought into it. And again, I didn't know about this until maybe a week ago, because I'm an avid reader. And I said, wow, I never knew that Martin Luther King wrote a letter to Betty Shabazz saying that he loved Malcolm X. And even though their approach, as Brother Martin is saying, even though the approach was different, the goal was the same. So we have to look at it that way too. We may have different approaches, but we know what the bottom line is that we're trying to achieve. And then we all benefit from that as well. It's just not one group benefits. Everybody in every group benefits from that, because that's what it was. It was a coalition. And we have to understand what that word is. Get the egos out of the way, so that way we can march forward as unified. Even when you think about the civil rights marches, you look at some of them, you see Martin Luther King arm in arm with Walter Reuther. He's got Abernathy. He's got a Jewish leader. I can't remember the man's name, but I just saw that recently on television too. This man, even with the ostracization that he was receiving, said, I'm walking with Martin because I believe in his cause. So let us develop a coalition where there's no ego. I want to be better than you or whatever, and just do it. You can go back to your organizations. Same thing with churches. Don't feel like, well, I'm a part of a mega church and I'm part of a mega church and we don't fool with that congregation. Right now, your congregations are suffering. And so therefore the ego needs to go. We don't care, Reverend, Baptist, pastor, whatever. Let that go. Put the people first, because that's what your job is to put the people first.
That is it exactly.
Absolutely.
That's it exactly. And we have to make sure that our elected officials understand and truly believe that we are going to hold them accountable. We were talking earlier about the property taxes, but we had one city council member saying, "Oh, no, you can't do that for Detroit." Well, wait a minute. No. That's an unjust statement. Okay? And, if Detroit is entitled to it, then Detroit should receive it.
Absolutely.
We have to make sure that elected officials understand that they work for the people. The people don't work for them.
Public servants.
Absolutely. And it's interesting. If this was something that was working for the residents in Wayne County, then everybody should know that Detroit is inside Wayne County.
Very good. Theo.
Therefore, it should apply to the residents in Detroit. Oh, we have somebody who's calling, okay?
Let me get this right. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Would you share your name and how you're viewing us, please?
Well, my name is Keith Malcolm Hines. You might know me as Diamond 2 Productions.
All right.
Yeah.
Happy Monday to you.
Happy Monday to everybody, especially to Fabidi, because I believe it's his birthday.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes.
So I just had to call in and sing happy birthday to you.
I thank you, brother.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Fabidi. Happy birthday to you.
Oh!
Now, Keith.
Hold that note. Listen. Ooh, he's holding it too. We should have been counting. Yeah.
All right, Keith, catch your breath.
Wait.
Keith, you got to recognize you followed Theo. You didn't have a chance, man.
No, I can't compete with her. No, she can hold it for a few more seconds over me.
Oh wow!
Thank you, brother.
Hey, I just had to do that, because you've been a powerhouse for so many years, and stuff, like my little brother, and we go back. Oh man, I don't know how far we go back.
Decades.
Yeah, and then when you and Theo teamed up, I'm like, I don't believe this.
Oh, wow.
Just a quick note, your brother Dennis Smith III, also a local 58 brother, sang happy birthday too. I'm going to get y'all together because neither one of you can sing.
Oh, man, God. We couldn't sing good together, but we all could work good together.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, IBEW, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. That's us.
Right.
Yep. And I'm glad to hear your topic and things, because we do need to get our people in government to act like they're in government.
Yeah.
It's not a job for a career. You have a position where you represent the people. You're getting paid to represent the people, not the corporation. Thousands of votes got them into that position, but yet they let a handful of votes dictate what they do. And that's not the way it's supposed to work.
Keith, Theo mentioned a little bit earlier the first election of 2025, and that's going to be in the Democratic Party on February the 22nd for chairman of the Democratic Party, the state Democratic Party, that is. Now, we recognize that in the state of Michigan, our Democratic Party is in somewhat of a state of chaos right now, and we need to make sure that the new chairman brings the type of stability and the type of commitment that is going to be politically active for all voters, Democratic and otherwise, in our state. And there's a young man who is running, and Theo, you want to give his name?
Al Williams.
Al Williams has a record of accomplishment in the state Democratic Party. And Al Williams has indicated that he wants to chair the party because he wants to lead on a basis of public engagement. He wants to engage people in the Democratic Party to work with him in bringing about the kind of change that will establish and foster a political environment where things are happening of a positive nature in our state process, our state political process, and particularly the Democratic Party, where all Michigan residents benefit and have an improvement in their quality of life. And when you engage the people in that manner, you're going to get some things, and they'll be very positive things, accomplished, because you will be giving people what they tell you they need in order to feel comfortable and in order to prosper.
Now, I want to ask Al and Theo, how can the people themselves influence that? Is it through the precinct delegate? Is it through other state or representatives of Senate? How can they provide input that Mr. Al Williams might be considered for that position?
Well, the election is February the 22nd. That's the first election of this year, February 22nd. And if a person is a precinct delegate, they are already a member of the state Democratic Party. That's where the election is, for the state Democratic Party. If they are not a precinct delegate, they can always join the state Democratic Party. And of course, they can go online and do that, or they can call. They can call Hood Research, and we will assist them in getting the form that has to be filled out as well, and also the time and the location for the election will be shared as well. So the telephone number for Hood Research is area code 248-234-2371. Again, area code 248-231-2371. And we'll be glad to share additional information on that. But we got to get involved. Working together makes the job easier, for one, and it helps us to provide a better quality community. And for the election this year, in addition to February 22nd for the state Democratic Party, we have the election for mayor of the city of Detroit, city council members of the city of Detroit, and you have to be concerned about 3 city council members. The person who will be representing the district in which you live, and the 2 other candidates who will be campaigning citywide. So you want to learn the information about the candidates. What have they done in the past? What are they doing now? And where do they see the future of their including themselves?
Now we're down to our last 6 or 7 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, time has wings.
Yeah, it does, really.
Time flies.
When you're having fun.
Hey, I tell you. Wow.
So maybe some of the other Hood research information, such as website, et cetera, you want to share with our?
Right, but in this 6 minutes, the information that Tahir Ahmed was sharing with us this morning, if someone did not have pencil and paper handy at the time, could you please share the telephone number?
Now, the telephone number for the Coalition for Property Tax Justice is area code 313-438-8698. I'll repeat that again. 313 area code 438-8698. And we only have till March 31st, but don't wait till March. Do it this month. Do it now.
That's right. That's right.
Absolutely.
And I want to thank you, Al, for joining us this morning and wish the BD happy birthday.
Theo, it has been my honor. It always is when we get together, the three of us, along with your viewers.
Yes.
And I just loved hearing you serenade
Oh,
to me.
goodness.
Wonderful.
I enjoy doing that. A friend of mine passed recently. She was 93 years old, and I had planned to sing "Happy Birthday" to her in Swahili, and I didn't know that the day that I was talking about it with my daughter, who makes cakes shaped like the continent of Africa. That was the day she died. So to be able to share it again and then share it with the BD, I really enjoyed that.
And I wanted to show you all real quickly, the cake was brought up to the table here, so I just want everyone to see my cake.
Oh, that's what that is, huh?
Okay.
Go ahead, Bill.
All right.
Okay, where can I get my slice?
Yeah, oh, come on down.
There you go.
I could have got up and made my way down there.
Oh, okay. And at the end of the program, I always say it's not necessary for you to know everything. What is necessary is for you to know how to find what you need when you need it. And we at Hood Research seek out as much information as we can to share with you and invite others to join us on this program, as well as a program that we do every Saturday from 3 to 6 on the phone. As a matter of fact, you don't have to go anywhere. Don't have to leave your house. Someone is on the line at the end of our show. Who's that? Okay.
Hello, caller. You on the air? Would you share your name and how you're viewing us? We're down to our last 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, this is Remus Bennett, and I'm watching from Antenna Television 15.2.
Oh, thank you.
Hello there. I was calling with hope of, I've been trying to become a member of Hood for the longest, and I still haven't got the app or anything.
Oh, wow. Well, we got to change that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so you want to call?
The regular number for y'all?
Yeah, you can call that regular number.
Yeah.
You have it 248-234-2371.
Yes, I have it, and, I was supposed to be getting the app. And all you had told me, but it never have been delivered to me yet.
Oh, okay. Well, I tell you got a pen and paper handy?
Yeah.
Okay, 313. 510.
All right.
1250.
510, 1250.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, I caught y'all last night in the 3 a.m. hour.
Oh, wow.
And I've been watching you today. I said, maybe I can catch somebody to find out about that part of it.
Oh, okay. Or the other number that I gave today. Thank you so much for calling.
And the information y'all had today is so helpful.
Thank you.
Yes.
I called 248-234-2371. So both of those numbers will make sure that you receive an application this week, okay?
All righty.
All right, thank you.
All right.
And we have a website, which is hoodresearch.org. We also have an email, which is contact@hoodresearch.org. That's CONTACT, the @ symbol, HOODRESEACH. That's the research. I tell you,
It's close.
It's close. AI set you straight. Okay. Oh, man. But we want you to join us on Saturday. And every Saturday, we have a conference call. You don't have to leave your house, your yard. You don't even have to get out of bed. Just turn your phone on and call 1-978-990-5000. It rings one time, and the access code is 338-729. Press the pound key and receive more information and share yours with us. The Beatty.
And as always, at the end of every program, if you want to be nothing, do nothing. But the only problem with doing nothing is you never know when you're finished.
And we thank you for being tuned in this morning. Peace. Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinga,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback.